I'm not a public carver. I usually just carve in my own space. It's more of a kind of a retreat for myself, just a relaxing time. The whole reason why I started doing this was just pretty much an exercise in subtractive sculpture. It's fun because as you're making decisions, you're kind of impulsive and you got to think through it, you got to slow yourself down, but still kind of keep your rhythm going. I had some ideas of what I wanted to put into it, but for the most part, it's just kind of a work as you go, and whatever kind of pops in your head as you're working with the material incorporated in there. I wanted to incorporate a bunch of imagery that was part of the area so that when people looked at it, it was reflective of the space that they're in. My name is Ed Crowell. I live in Canton, Connecticut, and I'm an artist. A Csonka Mug was one of the names that they have written down in the books based on oral tradition and stories. And so I thought, as one of the older names associated with the lake, we put him down at the bottom of the sculpture, give it a little bit more dimension, and also make people curious as to who it was and maybe find out a little bit more about the place they're spending their day. And so I went with this character right here because I'm a kind of a lover of history myself, so it's you know, it's kind of a little cathartic retreat. Your mind wanders. You start just thinking about stuff. You look at the sculpture and you're thinking about that, and think about my kids all the time. You know, what are they doing right now? And just, you know, you kind of just work through thoughts and ideas, and it's nice. To me, it's like whittling, just on a larger scale. Fox over here is by the stump, and he's kind of creeping around the side, and again, I want to have movement with the piece, so a lot of the lines that work across this piece are, since it's a vertical piece, I went with vertical diagonals that kind of gently sweep around. And so as you see one piece, you're kind of tempted to move around the work as opposed to just having each section compartmentalized. So I try to twist it around the tree as it goes, gives it more organic feel. As you creep around here past this, the cattails, you're gonna have a bird over here, an egret, and he'll be grabbing a frog. These are gonna be the frog legs coming out here, so we'll probably have a little foot over here somewhere. Just kind of tie smaller little critters in there as we go. Maybe some owls or squirrels or chipmunks, maybe a skunk, maybe a beaver's gonna chew the whole thing down. I'm not quite sure. As we go, we'll figure it out. There was a pole here at one point. I'm thinking in the 50s or the 40s, and it was just a phone on a pole. Might have had a covering, probably didn't have a covering. So at one point I said it would be kind of funny to put a phone over here because some of the old timers would say, oh yeah, there was a phone there. We have an eagle, and he's grabbed a fish, and he's just kind of soaring over the top. We figured we put him at the top just because as you drive down the road, it'll be the first thing you see. It'll bring your eye down into the piece. As people look at a work of art, no matter what it is, whether it's a child's work of art or a master work of art, all art should inspire you to think. And it's problem solving for the artist, but for the viewer, it doesn't really matter what the artist's intent is. It's just that you should be thinking about it, sharing your own experience, your own thoughts, your own memories, and again, just a catalyst for dialogue. Traditionally, all the stories about Csonka Mug are oral tradition stories that were passed down. So it's kind of neat. If someone walks by, they share a story.